We're back here inside, guys. The last time we were here, we were doing the subfloor and doing some framing, but now as you can see, the entire basement is enclosed. We have drywall up, we have pot lights. So in this video, I'll give you a walkthrough and show you all the features of this basement, including this beautiful window that we have here. So since we're in this area, let's start right here. So I always talk about whenever you're in a basement, we want to have as much light as possible coming into the space, okay? Because you want, when you have your tenant or if you're living there, you want to feel as close as possible as if you're on the main floor, right? So we have this huge window here. So take a look. This is a very big window. This is the size of a window that you would see on your second floor, right? This window is 42 inch by 42 inch, so it's a very big window. And there's one thing I want to point out. We will be removing this window well, and we'll put in an extended window well here, okay? So we can have more light coming in this basement. Next, let's go, let me show you around so you can see the space. This is the living, dining, and kitchen all in one. Open concept. Where I'm standing here, this will be the living room, okay? And as I walk towards you, you can see this is where we're gonna have a 6-foot island here, and the kitchen will be right over here, right? So you have all the natural light coming in right in line with the island, which is a beautiful thing because when you're doing dishes here, you have all this natural light coming in from this huge window. Now, the kitchen layout, we would have a counter depth fridge here, and we have the range, a 30-inch range right in the center, right? So it's easy to work. The workflow would be perfect. We always talk about the work triangle, okay? We can fill our pot right here from the sink onto the stove, okay? And from the fridge to the stove also. So we have a beautiful work triangle here in this basement, right? Next, I'll show you the bedrooms. So this is bedroom number 1. This bedroom is not a big bedroom. It's about 9 feet by 10 foot, okay? That's the best we could have done with this space, but you know what? This is a typical size you would see in a condominium apartment, right? And we also have a nice window here that we installed. This window is mainly for light. This does not is a form of egress, but this is not the window when it comes to escaping, even though we can use this window to escape. So let me show you how this operates so you understand the difference between an egress window and this regular window here, okay? To open this window, you have to do 3 different things. 1, you have to open the latch, first thing. Secondly, there's these pins here that needs to be opened, right? And then you open this window like this, okay? And the same thing on this inner window here, right? That is too much work, right? According to the Ontario Building Code, this would not be considered the main form of egress, okay? So if you're doing your basement, remember, this does not consider an egress window, right? So let's go to the next bedroom where I'll show you what the egress window should look like and how it operates. Now we're in bedroom number 2, and this is what I want to talk to you guys about, this egress window here. This is exactly what they mean when they said an egress window. It should be open with one single action, okay? Just like this. One action, and you open the window exactly like you would a door, okay? This is considered a legal egress window. So whenever you're doing your basement, don't be fooled by sliders. Guys are gonna try to convince you that that's an egress window. But when you have a building permit, you will find out that it's wrong because those slider windows do not consider egress. Well, enough about the window. Let me show you we have the panel room here. So what we like to do with the panel room, instead of doing a short door, we usually put a full-size door here. So when it's closed, it looks as though it's an entrance to something, okay? So it fits the space perfectly. And we have a nice size closet here also. This is the second bedroom and is the larger of the two bedrooms, okay? Next, let's go to the bathroom. Let me just give you a quick tour, let you see what that looks like. And here we are in the one and only bathroom in this space. This is a typical 5x8 bathroom, but I want to highlight a couple of things that I recommend that whenever you do in your basement or any type of bathroom, and is the niche, okay? So we have this beautiful 5-foot niche here. It filled the entire wall. And most importantly, what I see people do all the time, they put the niche too high. Most people start a niche at 4 foot, okay? So if you start a niche at 4 foot, your niche is gonna end up too high, okay? There's a reason why your shower faucet is about 42 inches from the floor. And that's because the average person is about 5'10", the average male is about 5'9" inches, right? And our elbow is about 40 to 44 inches from the floor. And you want to have this motion, okay? Right? You don't want to have to pick up your stuff and have to lift your hands to put it up. There's a reason why things are done a certain way, right? I know I'm getting kind of technical here, but it's important when it comes to design principles, right? Everything looks better when it's at the right height. So we usually put our niche at the elbow height. So when you're using the space, it's easily pick up, put down. There's no lifting your hand. If you have to lift your hands, it means it's too high, okay? So let's go outside. Let me show you the stairwell, and then we wrap this video up. As you guys know, that every basement needs an entrance, okay? Whether it's a below grade entrance or a side entrance, because it needs to have a separate space from your main home. This here is a side entrance that we have here, straight from outside, straight down to the basement. There used to be a separate access right here that goes up to the main house. So we had to close that off, insulate it, and we have the resilient channels and 5/8 drywall everywhere here. So if you have a side entrance, remember to plan that everything in the hallway, in the stairwell, would need to be replaced, and you have to add fire rating everywhere here. So you have to separate the main house from the apartment. And we have to take it another step also. We have to put a fire rated door right here, okay? So that's even more separation from the hallway. Even though this space is fully fire separated and soundproof, they need a secondary door here to separate the space. So remember, it's important whenever you're finishing your basement, think about all of the safety features that you need when it comes to the basement renovation. In the next video, we'll talk to you more about the finishes that we're using in this basement. So like, follow, and subscribe.